Please be seated. Good afternoon. My name is Marcia Page. I serve as chair of the Gustavus Adolphus College Board of Trustees, and I'm proud to be a graduate of the class of 1982. On behalf of my board colleagues, it is my honor to welcome all of you to this commencement ceremony. Class of 2025, you did it! Woo! We are so happy to be celebrating this accomplishment with you. To the family and friends who are joining us in person and online, we are glad you are celebrating with us. Now, you join the distinguished list of over 30,000 living alumni who have earned degrees from Gustavus. Graduating from college requires dedication, energy, and intelligence. In addition, for the class of 2025, you needed resilience and adaptability during your high school and college careers to reach this important milestone. The faculty, staff, and Board of Trustees of Gustavus, as well as your families and friends, are very proud of what you have accomplished. And we thank you for what you have contributed to the college while you were students. You shaped this community to be a better place. Now, as you graduate, may you continue to stay connected to your alma mater while also making a difference in your new communities. It is now my privilege to introduce Executive Chaplain Grady St. Dennis, who will offer the invocation.
Let us pray. Gracious and compassionate God, we give thanks for each and every member of the Gustavus class of 2025, for their curious minds and devotion to learning, for their compassionate hearts and commitment to community, for their unique talents and desire to do what is equitable and just. Today, as we gather together to mark this milestone that is both ending and beginning, let us offer them these blessings. Bless them with the wisdom to engage both paradox and possibility. Bless them courage to spark creative change for the common good. Bless them with resilience as they remember all that contributed to this moment. Bless them as they celebrate and as they say goodbyes. May these blessings and many more take root in them as we send them forth with hope for the future. Amen.
As we begin this commencement ceremony, I want to acknowledge that Gustavus Adolphus College is located on the homelands of the Dakota people, whose spiritual traditions include the belief that this land, along with the creatures and people living on it, are their relatives. The Minnesota River and its watershed are sacred places. These waters and lands are interconnected with the Dakota culture, their language, creation stories, songs, and ceremonies. As a college, we honor Indigenous people and communities by telling the truth about the history of our presence on this site. Over time, and through sustained dialogue, we are building relationships and taking deliberate steps towards co-creating a better future for all. Commencement weekend. What a special time in the life of a college. Today, we recognize and proudly celebrate the accomplishments of 469 students who are eligible to receive their baccalaureate degrees. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the members of the faculty and staff, and all those gathering with us in person and virtually to share in this exciting ceremony, we offer the members of the class of 2025 our hearty and sincere congratulations. Seated on the platform today are members of the Gustavus Adolphus College Board of Trustees, faculty, and senior administrators. I would like to introduce those on the platform and ask each to stand when introduced. Please hold your applause until each group has been introduced. First, representing the college's Board of Trustees, you have already met the chair of the board, Marcia Page. Ms. Page is the co-founder and executive chair of Varde Partners and founder of Empowered Capital in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Ms. Catherine Asta, a 1975 graduate of the college, Ms. Asta is an attorney in St. Paul and is a former president of the Gustavus Alumni Association. Mr. Mike Bussey, a 1969 graduate of the college, Mr. Bussey spent his career as a YMCA executive in Jerusalem, Chicago, and St. Paul. Mr. Bussey is also a former president of the Gustavus Alumni Association. Please join me in expressing our gratitude to these individuals who, as members of the Board of Trustees, give so generously of their time and talent in support of the college. Also on the platform are the college's senior administrators. When introduced, I ask that you stand and remain standing until you are all introduced. Dr. Brenda Kelly. Dr. Kelly serves as Provost and Dean of the college. Mr. Kurt Kowaleski. Kurt serves as the Vice President for Finance, Treasurer, and Chief Financial Officer. Ms. Kim Frisch. Kim serves as the Vice President for Enrollment and oversees admission, financial aid, and marketing efforts. Mr. Tom Flunker. Tom serves as the Interim Vice President for Equity and Inclusion and the Director of the Center for Inclusive Excellence. Dr. Charlie Potts. Dr. Potts serves as Dean of Students and is a 2001 Gustavus graduate. And Mr. Thomas Young. Mr. Young serves as Vice President for Advancement and is a 1988 graduate of the college. Your applause, please. I ask the remaining members of the platform party to please stand as you are introduced and remain standing until all are introduced. First, the Reverend Dr. Grady St. Dennis, who gave the invocation. He serves as Associate Vice President for Mission and Executive Chaplain. He is a 1992 graduate of Gustavus. Dr. Kyle Chambers, who serves as Dean of Academic Analytics, Director of Institutional Research, and Professor of Psychological Science. And finally, the college's faculty marshals, Dr. Jeff Dalside, class of 1990, Associate Professor of Biology and Chemistry, and Dr. Richard Leach, Associate Professor of Political Science. Your applause for our administrator. It is now my great pleasure to introduce Victor Solano. He is graduating with a major in biochemistry and molecular biology and a minor in strategic communications. He is from Grace Lake, Illinois. The many activities he's been involved in on campus include club tennis and club volleyball, serving as a gusty greeter, and admission tour guide. A FIG mentor with the Office of Health Professions, and as co-president of the American Cancer Society. Plus, this is a big one, he was named Mr. Gustavus at this year's friendly on-campus competition. Please join me in giving a heartwarming welcome to Victor.
Hello, Gusties, and a warm greeting to the support systems, both families and faculty alike, that have been the foundation for all of us during our 4 years here at Gustavus. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Victor Solano, and I've been privileged to be one of the many faces amongst the sea of exuberant students before you today. And now I know what you're thinking. His name is Victor, huh? But let me be clear. Victor is not my nerd name. It's my real name. And no, I don't have an evil lair, no moon-stealing plans, and definitely no orange jumpsuit. But before I get started today, it doesn't feel right to celebrate our accomplishments without acknowledging some of the impactful people who've been taken from our beloved community too soon. Thank you, Dr. Greg Castor, Dr. Ian Hill, Dr. Mike Ferragamo, and Michelle Racinko for your impact on our community. We miss you dearly and wish that all of you could be here with us today. Class of 2025, how did we get here? It feels like just yesterday we were dressed in our country attire, square dancing in the parking lot behind Prairie View. It feels like just yesterday we celebrated our last first day of school. Inevitably, time has flown, and it has led us to this very moment, shoulder to one another in these rigid chairs, anxiously awaiting this piece of paper we've worked so hard to obtain. As we leave here today and launch ourselves into the maybe not so welcoming abyss that is the real world, we're going to encounter a mix of emotions, as I'm sure we already are. I'm sure some of us are ready to sprint out of here, never to step foot in a classroom again, while some of us might retrace our steps on these sidewalks with tears swelling in our eyes. And family members, I'm sure some of you are likely jumping for joy because you have one less tuition bill to pay. But you still share our anxieties as you anticipate our every next step out in the real world. On behalf of all the students in this room, we thank all the faculty and family members for supporting us financially, emotionally, socially, and even philosophically. Now, I'm sure many of you are thinking, what's this kid's story? I mean, isn't it tradition for the speaker to share their treacherous journey to show how there's some sort of beacon of resilience and perseverance? But what makes my story unique? And honestly, I was thinking the same thing. But that's it. Why is my journey seen differently depending on the other people that are in the room? As a society, we tend to view our world through such a relative lens that it distracts us from really absorbing all of what life is about. I share this speech as one of many people trying to make it into the world today, and this message has transformed my perspective of potential and opportunity. And so I enthusiastically invite you to explore this message with me. Being that I'm a product of my generation, I first encountered this message in a YouTube video created by a channel called Discover Connection. In this video, 2 Canadian gentlemen go around the streets of Vancouver offering to cook people dinner in their own home. Now, I can't necessarily say I would have been jumping at the bit to let 2 strangers into my home to cook me a meal, but 2 senior citizens lovingly accepted this offer. But one of the most powerful things in this video pertain to how we tend to view our world through a relative lens, and in comparison to what others around us have. The woman in this video then mentioned a makeshift social experiment she ran on her children, where she had 2 envelopes with an undisclosed sum of money, and she had her kid choose one of the envelopes. And after he chose one, he opened it up to be greeted by a $20 bill. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like a free sandwich from the co-op, and then some. After she let him bask in his joy for a moment, she asked him if he wanted to know what was in that other envelope. She then told the kid that there was only $5 in that other envelope, and suddenly his glee amplified. However, she then told him that there was $50 in that other envelope, and quickly his smile froze. He grew conflicted, and she asked him if he was happy, and he said, "I don't know." Soon that internal conflict turned to disappointment and dissatisfaction, but why is that $20 any less sweet? This is the issue. Relativity is often a thief of joy, and we frequently use it for destructive purposes in our lives because it's so hardwired into our thinking. Oftentimes, we don't ask ourselves if our upbringings and our assets and our accomplishments are enough, but what does it look like in comparison to the person next to us? As we venture out into this world, we will encounter these feelings of jealousy and inferiority frequently enough. And we're going to encounter the diverse narratives of others, and that's awesome. It's a privilege to learn from these people and to learn about their backgrounds, their accomplishments, and their motivations. It's a privilege to use them as a way to motivate ourselves. But it's a disservice to ourselves and our potential when we use that comparison to prevent us from applying for jobs, to prevent us from pursuing that dream position, or from trying something new because of the inferiority that comparison sparks in our minds. The point is that relativity can be useful, but in a society that prioritizes accolades and scholarship, we often fall victim to this relativity epidemic, allowing it to corrupt other parts of our minds that it shouldn't. Don't let others taint your perspective of yourself. Happiness is a choice made by one person, you. Choose to be happy based off of what is in front of you and not based off of what others around you have. Because we've all arrived here on different premises, and we leave here today pursuing different existences, but why choose to just exist? For we're all pioneers charting constellations in the dirt, exploring these wildflower fields and whispering grasses, nose to the wind, soul to the earth. But how can one wander and explore this landscape when our wrists are welded? How do we take in that crisp air when we're constantly choking on these self-inflicted chains? And so we seek out education, the great equalizer, to free us from these chains. So here we are, equal, right? If only the truth dressed so simply. For these chains are already suffocating enough, and disproportionately so, yet our lights continually flicker and fade as we find new ways to change those locks on ourselves. And as we do so, our screams and our narratives from within fall silent. Choose to chase down that key and allow yourself to be free from this unnecessary weight, because only when your true unique voice shines can education be even a fraction of an equalizer. This piece of paper is not a key to the kingdom. This piece of paper is a jetpack. And our voices, our narratives, are that undying fuel. And our newfound community here, as Gusties, is our launch pad. So reinvest in your mission, your passion, your vibrancy, and let it pour from your soul. Let your narrative be the assortment of colors to fill this vast canvas. You just have to be brave enough to pick up that brush and start filling it. And in the process, attend the symposium and marvel in the canvases of those around you, but don't let them distract you from the piece of art that you have cooking. Because the world anticipates your sizzle. You just have to be brave enough to show it. Can I get a yes, chef? For our scars are signs that we've reached for the stars. So yes, we leave this institution battered and bruised, but our narratives are not any less significant than those around us. But we ceaselessly surrender them to the confines of our minds. But to get away from this inescapable cycle requires that we rediscover true joy and passion. Because sometimes the fastest way forwards is backwards. Actualization can really only start when you extend an olive branch to yourself. Don't let anyone else's anthem make you feel like yours is any less original. You are enough, and I wish you could just say it to yourself without your fingers crossed. And as I finish my statement here, I lovingly recall a moment I shared with a few Gusties back in San Francisco this past November. And interestingly, this last piece comes from a fortune cookie. I don't know how to cite that in MLA format yet. Sorry, professors. But here it is. Not having a goal is more to be feared than not reaching one. Small opportunities are often the beginnings of great enterprises. Now, to close, I'm sure many of us have encountered the college's tagline here numerous times while at Gustavus, and it's a somewhat perplexing one, to say the least. At first glance, the motto, "Make your life count," almost seems a little arrogant. I mean, would my life not count if I went somewhere else? Was my life before this so boring and monotonous that I wouldn't count for anything? Was I just an NPC or something? First of all, it goes without saying that your life would count no matter where you went or what you did after high school. But here, we've acquired the tools to advocate for ourselves and others. We've acquired the ability to respond to adversity emphatically. We've acquired the ability to treat others with kindness and generosity and to learn about their backgrounds. So although today marks a time of divergence from this physical space, we've all converged on these principles as ways to accentuate our impact, to louden our voices, to advocate passionately, and yes, make our lives count. So use your degrees, your experiences, and your memories as a stepping stone for your career, but please do not take this piece of paper as a prescription for who you are, what you know, and what you will become. Now go be your own storyteller. Pick up your pen, your crayon, your marker, your Apple pencil, and let your voice shine. Share it passionately and widely, and believe it or not, you are the only one who can truly encapsulate your story, no matter how tempting it might be to put it into ChatGPT. Class of 2025, we're the monumental impact just waiting to happen. So embrace your impact, leave your mark, and watch as others marvel in your fossilized footsteps. Now let us commence our transition from being broke college kids to just being broke kids. Now, if you care to find me, look to the western sky. Thank you.
Graduates, families and friends, faculty and staff, thank you for joining us today. I am so pleased that we are here together to celebrate the great class of 2025. Students, you are my final graduating class as president of Gustavus Adolphus College, and you will always hold a special place in my heart. I am honored to officially send you off to be leaders and people of action in your communities. I wish you success, fulfillment, and true happiness in all of your future pursuits. You can be very proud of the knowledge and skills you have gained over the last 4 years and the impressive body of work that you have completed. And now you are moving on, stepping out into the world of opportunities and possibilities. This is your commencement, a beginning, the start of a new path of discovery. And I know you are all ready. You are ready to join 30,000 fellow Gustavus alumni who are living out the Gustavus mission all around the world. Today, as you pack your bags and turn in your keys and begin the next chapter of your life, I want you to take 2 enduring gifts with you that Gustavus believes you can lean on in future days. First, I want you to carry the Gustavus core values with you. You know what they are: excellence, community, justice, service, and faith. These 5 core values embody what we stand for here at Gustavus, what is important to this community of people who have lived and learned together. They have been with you throughout your Gustavus experience. Most notably, they're written on the pillars in the CAF. Can you picture it? You shouldn't be surprised that I'm reminding you of the importance of our core values here at Gustavus. I talk about them all the time. but allow me to anchor you once more in these 5 core values. First, I want you to hold on to excellence. Commit to excellence and high-quality work in everything that you do. Always hold yourself to a high standard of performance, and that means pushing yourself to do your very best work each and every day. Second, let's talk about community. Gustavus has always believed in the importance of community. We believe that every person deserves to be treated with dignity and respect. We believe that equity and inclusion are woven into the fabric of our everyday interactions. We believe that people and relationships matter. Wherever you live in the decades ahead, I encourage you to be an active member of the community around you. Third, justice. In this time, when division and injustice seem to be prominent features in our society, we need local and global advocates for justice. Gusties believe in seeking justice for all people, promoting equity and eliminating disparities. Wherever you go, do your part to lessen the impacts of social injustice, racial injustice, economic injustice, and environmental injustice. And now fourth, service. Serving others is an act of the heart, a giving of yourself for the benefit of others, a way to positively impact the life of another human being. Acts of kindness and service bring joy to others, and in turn, will bring fulfillment to your life. Make service a priority for yourself from this day forward. And finally, our 5th core value of faith. At Gustavus, we have encouraged you to examine your convictions, explore your religious and spiritual beliefs, and grow in your understanding of different faith traditions. In today's multi-faith world, I encourage you to continue to deepen your own faith and serve as a bridge builder across religious differences. So graduates, take these 5 core values with you, tuck them in your heart, and practice them daily. These values will help you to be your very best self all the time, every day. The second gift that I want to send with you is embedded in the Gustavus vision statement. You have also seen this many, many times. It is written on the risers of the stairs as you enter the southeast door of the campus center. Can you picture it? You have undoubtedly walked up these stairs hundreds of times, consciously or unconsciously reading these words. Gustavus equips students to lead purposeful lives and to act on the challenges of our time. We have aspired to deliver on these 2 promises embedded in the vision statement, to equip you for a purposeful life and to prepare you to act on the great challenges of our time. So let's think for a minute about what it means to be equipped to lead a purposeful life. For me, living a purposeful life means living a life that is on purpose, with purpose, and full of purpose. It means finding your calling. It means figuring out what gives your life meaning and how you will make a positive difference in the world. Leading a purposeful life is not a passive concept. While it certainly requires some deep soul searching, it is not solely introspective work. Living a purposeful life is actualized by being in relationship with others, engaging with your community, and regularly stepping out of your comfort zone. And remember, finding your purpose is not a once and done thing. you can expect that your life's purpose will grow and evolve and change as you grow and evolve and change. Leading a purposeful life means figuring out how you will contribute to something larger than yourself by using all your talents for the betterment of others. Okay, next, let's turn to the second part of that vision statement. Gustavus promises to equip you to act on the great challenges of our time. Think about everything you have learned, the problems you have solved, the new perspectives that you have learned to appreciate. And now think about how you might apply that learning to help solve the many real challenges that are facing our world today. These challenges are local and global, political and technological, societal, environmental, and economic. And while these challenges are relatively easy to name, they are complex, multidisciplinary, and really, really difficult problems to solve. Your liberal arts education has instilled in you the qualities and capabilities that are necessary to wrestle with big challenges. You have learned how to ask questions, think critically, communicate effectively, embrace complexity, and approach issues from multiple perspectives. These are the skills that our future leaders will need if we are to find robust solutions to the great challenges of our time. And members of the class of 2025, you are our future leaders. So put the skills you have gained here at Gustavus to work, wherever you go and whatever you do in the full life that is in front of you. Graduates, always keep our vision in the front of your mind. My hope for you as our newest Gustavus alumni is that you will live with purpose every day and that you will step forward with confidence to tackle the great challenges, always seeking to make our world a better place. Unlike your diploma, which I do hope you will proudly display on your wall, our 5 core values and the promises embedded in our vision statement are gifts that can be carried with you wherever you go. Gustavus class of 2025, this is your commencement, a new and promising beginning. Blessings to each of you as you take the next steps on your life journey. You are Gusties. You are Gusties, now and forevermore. Congratulations, Gustavus Adolphus College, class of 2025. I now call upon Provost Brenda Kelly for the conferring of the degrees.
I ask the members of the Gustavus Adolphus College class of 2025 to please stand. President Bergman, I present to you the members of the class of 2025 who have been enrolled in courses of study leading to the Bachelor of Arts degree or the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree. There are 469 members of this class. During their time at Gustavus, each has completed the requirements defined by the faculty as a liberal arts education of recognized excellence. As faculty, we believe these Gustavus graduates are prepared to lead purposeful lives and to act on the great challenges of our time. On behalf of the faculty, it is a great pleasure to recommend to you that the Bachelor of Arts degree or the Bachelor of Science in Nursing degree be conferred upon each one of them.
Thank you, Provost Kelly. It is my distinct honor to receive these candidates for graduation. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gustavus Adolphus College, I hereby confer upon these candidates the bachelor's degree for which they have been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees, and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto, in token whereof you will receive your diploma. Graduates, you may be seated. Okay, listen up, graduates. When you are introduced by Provost Kelly or Dean Potts, please proceed across the platform, and it will be my honor to greet you. You will then be greeted by Chair Page, and you can proceed down the ramp, where Vice President for Advancement Tom Young will present you with a G pin made especially for your class. It is fitting that the person responsible for alumni relations presents this G pin to you as a signal that you are now officially alumni of Gustavus Adolphus College. We ask you to wear it proudly. Following the receipt of your G pin, you will then proceed to the area where your department faculty members will present you with your diploma cover. Finally, this is for everyone. As we present the class of 2025, we ask all those in attendance today to remember that today's event is a formal ceremony. Each member of the class of 2025 has earned the right to have their name announced and heard by all who are gathered here today and who are with us via the live stream. We request that you hold your applause, cheers, whistles, or any other demonstrations that could detract from this very special occasion until the entire class has been presented. Please know that we will be reading the names of all graduates, including a small number of students who were not able to be with us in attendance. And now, will the marshals and those assisting with the ceremony please take their places for conferring of the degrees.
Noah Akram Abdullahi.
Maria Grace Aberly.
Minia Isabel Afa, cum laude.
Merced Aguilar Marin.
Emily Renee Aarons, summa cum laude.
Zoya Akhtar, summa cum laude.
Mumtaz A. Ali, magna cum laude.
Abigail Natalie Alvarado Morales.
Fletcher Anderson, magna cum laude.
Harriet Anderson, summa cum laude.
Ryan Anderson.
Bryn Archambault, magna cum laude.
Abby Louise Arp, cum laude.
Elizabeth Jean Artley, cum laude.
Christian Wilbur Ash, cum laude.
Audrey Marilyn Atkins, summa cum laude.
Peyton Michelle Oseth, magna cum laude.
Carter Bach, cum laude.
Gabriela Vera Bacigalupo, magna cum laude.
Marissa Bacon, summa cum laude.
Ursula Ione Bader, magna cum laude.
Samuel Joseph Baker, cum laude.
Elena Reju Ballard, summa cum laude.
Lindsay Marion Bangs, magna cum laude.
Kylie Baranek, magna cum laude.
Ashley Elizabeth Barker, cum laude.
Charles Edward Barnick.
Ellie Marie Beringer, cum laude.
Addison Beach.
Ellen Susan Becken, summa cum laude.
Isaac Lewis Becker, cum laude.
Egan Connolly Bedwell, magna cum laude.
Aaron Ruby Beer.
Isabel Kathleen Bennett.
Emily Elizabeth Bentz, cum laude.
Mackenzie Nicole Bergen, magna cum laude.
Taticha Bandari.
Brady Robert Sullivan Bean, magna cum laude.
Adam Ellis Bewin, magna cum laude.
Ella Binfet.
Kaylin Bissett.
Rachel Lauren Black, summa cum laude.
Kayla Marie Bloom, cum laude.
Nana Brago, cum laude.
Ella Marie Bobrowski, magna cum laude.
Amelia Rose Berger, summa cum laude.
Sarah Louise Orchard, summa cum laude.
Kylie Marie Bosma, summa cum laude.
Hannah Elise Brinke, cum laude.
Kelly Dawn Brennan, summa cum laude.
Sam Wilson Brenner, cum laude.
Claire Rose Brings, magna cum laude.
Michael Broad.
Tatum Marie Brostrom, summa cum laude.
Brian Christopher Brown, magna cum laude.
Sophia Nicole Brown, magna cum laude.
Willa Grace Brown, magna cum laude.
Jordan Anthony Boucher.
Caitlin Melissa Buckingham, cum laude.
Hannah Marie Bump, magna cum laude.
Jenna Grace Bunker.
Madeline Lee Burton, magna cum laude.
Scott K. Bushard.
Brendan Carlson.
David Olaf Carlson, cum laude.
Catherine Grace Carlson, cum laude.
Logan Leroy Norman Carlson, cum laude.
Matthew Charles Carlson, magna cum laude.
Jonah Marshall Carroll.
Lakeisha Lachey Carter, cum laude.
Luke Casey, summa cum laude.
Mateo Castro.
Kaylee Nicole Cypress, cum laude.
Madeline Ray Chaplin, magna cum laude.
Avery May Chatfield, cum laude.
Joshua Christensen, magna cum laude.
Audrey Lynn Christensen, magna cum laude.
Andrew Wayne Clark, magna cum laude.
Nathan Lenshin Koldai, summa cum laude.
Aaron Riker Coleman, summa cum laude.
Anders Christian Coltvet, magna cum laude.
Jonathan Edward Barrymore Cordano, magna cum laude.
Javier Cordova, magna cum laude.
Jacob Coulamore.
Kanan Craig, cum laude.
Aiden Edward Kreiner.
Addison Rebecca Dack, summa cum laude.
Greta Ann Dowlin, cum laude.
Harper Leslie Dare, summa cum laude.
Stanislav Danov, summa cum laude.
Sarah Darby,
Mary Jane Davenport, summa cum laude.
Rafael de Camargo Costa, summa cum laude.
Isabel Joy Delaney, summa cum laude.
Isabella Rose Delwich, magna cum laude.
Alexandra Cecilia Apple Densmore.
Calissa Dirks,
Alex Dillon, cum laude.
Tanner Dumshot,
Ellen Josephine Dow, summa cum laude.
Patrick Finnegan Dowling,
Olivia Elizabeth Durain, summa cum laude.
Abby Elliott, cum laude.
Benjamin James Ellefson, cum laude.
Jillian Elton, summa cum laude.
Jacob Ennis.
Olivia Ruth Earhart, summa cum laude.
Jay Erickson, magna cum laude.
Yebsira Alamu Esayas, magna cum laude.
Maxwell Donald Everett, cum laude.
Allison Rebecca Fight, magna cum laude.
Ava Margaret Farrell, cum laude.
Karen Ellen Fastrup, magna cum laude.
William Kyler Fenton, magna cum laude.
Philmon Gabriel Fesacion, cum laude.
Elizabeth Fisher, magna cum laude.
Michael Kenrick Fitch.
Xander Kieran Fitzsimmons, cum laude.
Kendall Arlene Flesh, summa cum laude.
Brooke Amelia Foley, summa cum laude.
Emma Elise Forsyth, summa cum laude.
Tennessee Joshua Allen Fossen.
Odin Fouché.
Tayden Fredericks.
Bryn Ashley Froelich.
Landon Mitchell Frost.
Alexis Furstenberg, magna cum laude.
Blake Andrew Fuller, cum laude.
Maya Kaylin Furlong.
Erica Lynn Gaby, magna cum laude.
Elise Andre Gayhart, summa cum laude.
Samantha Jordan Gardo, cum laude.
Marco Antonio Garabe.
Megan Alicia Garretts, magna cum laude.
Cecilia Ruby Gerlach, summa cum laude.
Amelia Rose Gifford, summa cum laude.
Allison Iris Gillis, magna cum laude.
Lydia Eileen Gillis, summa cum laude.
Joseph Gimberlin.
Ty Glasser.
Ella Lee Godfredson, cum laude.
Brevin Gates.
Gabrielle Goldman.
Lily Golo, magna cum laude.
Jacob David Goldman.
Tony Michael Gonzer.
Andrew Scott Gottsman.
Allison Sierra Graff, magna cum laude.
Hannah Gray, summa cum laude.
Ethan Lyle Greenfield, magna cum laude.
Tyson Jacob Gren.
Lillian Grimm, magna cum laude.
Gabrielle M. Gramacki, cum laude.
Andrew James Getzko, cum laude.
Liam Goulade.
Elise O'Neill Gunderson, magna cum laude.
Cameron Elizabeth Guy.
Brooke Hadorf, summa cum laude.
Sydney Louise Hagan, summa cum laude.
Olivia Louise Haynes, cum laude.
Gabriella Hamvis, summa cum laude.
Rose Ming Shu Han, magna cum laude.
Linnea Grace Hansen.
Maya Jean Hansen, summa cum laude.
Peyton Stewart Hansen,
Isaac William Shea Hartman,
Eric David Haugland,
William Levi Hawkins,
Brooke Marie Hayes,
Kyle Heffron,
Ren Hyman, summa cum laude,
Allison Held, summa cum laude,
Abigail K. Helgerson, cum laude,
Sam Hendrickson,
Carter Henning, summa cum laude,
Lucy Marie Henrich, summa cum laude,
Erica Marie Henricks, summa cum laude,
Nicholas Andrew Henches,
Kayla Herda,
Mary Margaret Hergott,
Nelson Herrera,
Samuel Michael Hested,
Brandon J. Hicks,
Cameron Thomas Hill,
Naiden Forsman Hill, summa cum laude,
Taryn Hillerud, summa cum laude,
Thomas Michael Hinneker,
Sydney Hintermeister, magna cum laude,
Marina J. Hins,
Tegan Herman, magna cum laude,
Noah Paul Hoffman, cum laude,
Jenna Marie Hogstad, summa cum laude,
Benjamin Michael Holden, magna cum laude,
Catherine Marie Holland,
Tanner Kendall Hopkins,
Anna G. Hoppy,
Lily K. Horsch, cum laude,
Abby Hausker, summa cum laude,
Darius Howard,
Emily Rebecca Howard,
Linnea Marie Howie,
McKenna Marie Hutton, summa cum laude,
Amanda Jo Hookie, magna cum laude,
Synovi Elise Hunnis, magna cum laude,
Ewan Alexander Hupka,
Merritt Kersey Isaacson, summa cum laude,
Olivia Ann Yankee, summa cum laude,
Andrew Yorick Jensen,
Alex Elliott Johnson,
Alexander Dennis Johnson, magna cum laude,
Alexandra Elizabeth Johnson,
Jonah K. Johnson, magna cum laude,
Landon Johnson, magna cum laude,
Suko Margaret Johnson,
Connor James Granner Jones,
Hayden Peter Jones,
Emily Morocco Jono, magna cum laude,
Cooper George Jorgensen,
Lucas Jorgensen,
Leo Campen,
Theodore S. Cast,
Rachel Lee Kowicki, magna cum laude,
Grace Kearney, cum laude,
Alexander Joseph Peterson Kiesler, magna cum laude,
Macias Kabutta, magna cum laude,
Dawson David Kellen,
Morgan Eileen Kelly, summa cum laude,
Emma Delaney Kelsey, summa cum laude,
Emma Joanne Kennedy, cum laude,
Brady Dalton Keenitz, cum laude,
Grace Victoria Kincaid, magna cum laude,
Emma Linnea Kirk,
Jacob Klug,
Julia Knudsen, magna cum laude,
Jorge Eduardo Kelly Keenan,
Claire Summers Cole, summa cum laude, Chance May Corpola, summa cum laude,
Aubrey Ann Costers, magna cum laude,
Ava Francesca Kramer, magna cum laude,
Polly Joyce Kritzek,
Jack Arthur Kubitz, magna cum laude,
Chloe Joe Keel,
Zechariah Chiori,
Callista Lamont, summa cum laude.
Cole LaPlante, cum laude.
Luke Ryan Larkowski, cum laude.
Nathan Nyuk Lee.
Ellen Marie Leach, magna cum laude.
Lily Wooyin Leahy, summa cum laude.
Hannah Rose Lee, summa cum laude.
Ray Tekli Legacy, magna cum laude.
Lucas Lenartson, magna cum laude.
Simon Bjorklund Leonard, cum laude.
Rachel Denise Lester, summa cum laude.
Ryan Lester.
Oliver Evan Leupold, cum laude.
Dane Lewandowski.
Sam Lewis.
Megan Ruth Lipke, summa cum laude.
Kaylin Alexis Labalbao, summa cum laude.
Cameron Langi.
Lily Elizabeth Lopez, magna cum laude.
Jake Lucas, magna cum laude.
Natasha Lunnington, cum laude.
Corey Lundgren.
Peyton Linsky, summa cum laude.
Lauren Elizabeth Moss.
Alexander Scott McLean.
Paige Catherine Madsen, magna cum laude.
Nazid Afnan Manin.
Aubrey Lynn Mayer.
Samuel Chase Maleka, cum laude.
Amira K. Millette.
Sydney Mancini, summa cum laude.
Ryan Emmett Manley, magna cum laude.
Catherine Elizabeth Markert, magna cum laude.
Christopher Charles Marlatt.
Dana C. Markey, cum laude.
Logan James Sulphur Marzinski.
Erv Matabaro, cum laude.
Julia Lynn Mateski, summa cum laude.
Abigail Marie McReady, summa cum laude.
Grace Catherine McFarland, summa cum laude.
Emily Grace McKay.
Julian Meyer.
Cosette Marie Melton Hanley, magna cum laude.
Arya Jean Mink, magna cum laude.
Jacob Jason Metzger, cum laude.
Taona Mwandagara.
Marley Elizabeth Maisho, magna cum laude.
Aiden Calvin Fox Mikla.
Grace Jordan Miller, summa cum laude.
Lauren Marie Miller, magna cum laude.
Hiyori Miyagi, magna cum laude.
Kyoka Miyaka, summa cum laude.
Calvin Moeller, cum laude.
Nicholas Mose Meserly.
Brianna Monahan, magna cum laude.
Anne Galvin Monroe.
Jocelyn May Morningstar, summa cum laude.
William Nagel, cum laude.
Jack Blair Nelson.
Joshua Newman, magna cum laude.
Marcus Vin Nguyen, magna cum laude.
Audrey Irene Nisler.
Cole Jean Nolte, summa cum laude.
Delaney Elizabeth Nordis, summa cum laude.
Adam Nordquist.
Jenna Jo Norgard, summa cum laude.
Samuel Owen Norstead.
Grace Nitibonera.
Richard Jensen, magna cum laude.
Greta Christine Nyberg, magna cum laude.
Teague McNallen O'Kelly.
Eric Oberstar, magna cum laude.
Jordan Olkers, magna cum laude.
Eli Robert Olson, cum laude. Wyatt Olson. Anna Amdahl.
Brian Dean Orcutt, summa cum laude.
Elizabeth Orth, cum laude.
Elizabeth Claire Orton, summa cum laude.
Yaboa Peacebridge Osai, cum laude.
Renard Kwesi Pabi, summa cum laude.
Melissa Denise Pardock, cum laude.
Jemin Park, magna cum laude.
Eleanor Ruth Pari, magna cum laude.
Jacob Thomas Partington, summa cum laude.
Callie Patra, magna cum laude.
Will Pelto.
Carson Zachary Pender, cum laude.
Catherine Ray Peterson.
Julia Peterson, summa cum laude.
Quang Pham.
Peter Filipov.
Amelia Page Pluth.
Tobias Benjamin Pauley, magna cum laude.
Kirsten Nicolene Papin, magna cum laude.
Nicole Elizabeth Post, cum laude.
Allison M. Power.
Audrey Power Tyson, summa cum laude.
Michael Roland Prosch.
Sydney J. Prouse, magna cum laude.
Amelia Ryan Qualley, magna cum laude.
Solomon Mercer Quayle.
Amy Quinn. Megan Catherine Rands, cum laude.
Tanner Redner, magna cum laude.
Aaron B. Reichard, cum laude.
Jack Renardi.
Freya Jude Ann Reinert, summa cum laude.
Joseph Sullivan Ricker, summa cum laude.
Sunny Rishwal, cum laude.
Carlos Robles Ortiz.
Gabriela Grace Rodriguez, summa cum laude.
Peyton Susana Rodriguez.
Carson Joseph Rail.
Lily Marie Diane Rorick, cum laude.
Parker Michael Rogers.
Tomas Rorbarn.
Addison Joe Roman, magna cum laude.
Abigail Rose Ronnebaum, cum laude.
Luke Rooker, magna cum laude.
Avery Rowan, magna cum laude.
Julia Rowe Camargo.
Breely M. Rubel, cum laude.
Marcus James Rupno, summa cum laude.
Jessica Nicole Rude, summa cum laude.
Kelsey Joe Rigg, magna cum laude.
Jack Henry Setveit, summa cum laude.
Emily Ann Sagstetter, summa cum laude.
George Sandven.
Carolyn Marie Sauer, summa cum laude.
Addison Joanne Schlow, summa cum laude.
Megan Mary Schmid.
Allison Jane Schmidt, magna cum laude.
Brianna Schmidt, magna cum laude.
Joseph Perry Schmidt.
Levi Schmidt, magna cum laude.
Megan Elizabeth Schmecken, summa cum laude.
Brady Michael Schmitz, summa cum laude.
Claire Ellen Schoonmaker, summa cum laude.
Kobe Cassidy Grace Shook.
Samuel Robertson Schultz, cum laude.
Gabriella Nicole Schwakoff, cum laude.
Mackenzie Schwartz.
Lillian Louise Selberg, cum laude.
Nabeen K. Shahi.
Hunter Lee Sheehan.
Luke Jeffrey Siegel, magna cum laude.
Christina Sirbu, summa cum laude.
Blair Lynn Smith, summa cum laude.
Bryn Sawyer Smith, summa cum laude.
Lauren Elizabeth Smith, magna cum laude.
Tyler David Smith, summa cum laude.
Peter Isaac Snyder, magna cum laude.
Victor Solano, summa cum laude.
Marco Summer Sidiero, magna cum laude.
Carly Lynn Sorensen, summa cum laude.
Reese Elizabeth Sproul.
Noah Nash Stagaberg.
Alexander Keith Staples.
Emily Ruth Staska.
Dane Stensland, magna cum laude.
Emma Jean Stock, magna cum laude.
Gavin Christopher Stodden, cum laude.
Zachary James Stordahl.
Taylor Bryn Storleen, summa cum laude.
Tyler Leo Stursa, summa cum laude.
Jack Ryan Suki.
Anna Grace Swanson.
Jack Logan Swanson.
Spencer David Swanson.
Jennifer Allison Swearingen, summa cum laude.
Robert Dale Swenson, magna cum laude.
Bryn Swiston, summa cum laude.
Elena Severson.
Molly Marie Taft, cum laude.
Anders Taylor, magna cum laude.
Parker Anderson Tews, magna cum laude.
Jackson Michael Thielen.
Grace Ann Thompson.
Gabrielle S. Tompkins, magna cum laude.
Min Trond.
Rachel Marie Trebesh, summa cum laude.
Sophia Ann Trineri, magna cum laude.
Jack Robert Tremert.
Maria Idalia Trochet, magna cum laude.
Ama Ajamine Tafur.
Jackson Laddie Turner.
Lydia Marie Turnquist.
Mesa Lee Tweet, summa cum laude.
Brooklyn Courtney Curtis Ulrich, cum laude.
Bella Ann Vandenhovel, magna cum laude.
Alex Vanderride.
Vincent Anthony Van Hatten.
Raquel Marie Vaughn, magna cum laude.
Mitchell J. Veith.
Dylan John Vilt.
Abigail Satterley Visner, summa cum laude.
Tanner Vogel.
Lauren D. Waldroff, cum laude.
Zoe Evelyn Walker, cum laude.
Cade Wallin.
Kaylin Marie Walukas, summa cum laude.
Thomas James Warnke.
Annika Weber, summa cum laude.
Salem Teklu Welde Gabriel.
Alexis Wentlet.
Ryan R. Wursel, magna cum laude.
Macy Ann Whitlock.
Dana Whitson.
Kaisa Elizabeth Almain Whitaker, summa cum laude.
Connor Andrew Weiberg.
Maria Christiana Whedon, magna cum laude.
Evan Calloway Weaker, magna cum laude.
Brooklyn Keller Williamson, magna cum laude.
Hannah Worth, summa cum laude.
Madison Elizabeth Wishart, magna cum laude.
Michaela Renee Whitty, summa cum laude.
Andrew Wallach.
Greta Michelle Wood.
Victoria Madeline Zachman, magna cum laude.
Jack Zamet.
Madeline Grace Ziegler, magna cum laude.
Abby May Ziemer.
Emma Lynn Ziesemer.
Jana Catherine Zillinger, summa cum laude.
As the last graduates return to their seats, we will listen to the Remember song as sung by 4 members from the Gustavus Choir.
Remember the times you've had here. Remember when you're away. Remember the friends you've made here. And don't forget to come back someday. Remember the hills and valleys, the sky so heavenly blue. For you belong to GA College, and Gustavus belongs to you.
Before we proceed, I have 2 more degrees to confer. And so I ask that President Bergman and Dr. Tom Bergman join me up front. As many of you know, President Bergman is retiring this summer after leading Gustavus Adolphus College for the last 11 years. Please join me in giving President Bergman and Dr. Tom Bergman a round of applause. Becky and Tom, through your distinguished service and preeminent achievement, you have demonstrated significant and lasting commitment to the ideals for which this college stands. On behalf of the Gustavus faculty, the Faculty Senate recommended that you be recognized as the recipients of honorary degrees from Gustavus Adolphus College. The Board of Trustees unanimously and enthusiastically agreed. For your commitment to excellence, dedication to community, passion for justice, constant service, and deep faith, Gustavus Adolphus College is privileged to bestow honorary degrees upon you. Now, by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Gustavus Adolphus College, I hereby confer unto you, Rebecca M. Bergman and Thomas A. Bergman, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all of the rights, privileges, and honors pertained thereto. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Page, Board of Trustees, and the Gustavus faculty for this generous recognition. And now, I'd like to ask all of the graduates of the class of 2025 to please stand. As graduates, it is now time for you to move your tassels on your caps from the right to the left. Congratulations. Graduates, I ask that you join me in recognizing the individuals who are celebrating with you today in person and online. They have provided support and encouragement for you during your days as students here at Gustavus. They have assisted you by providing an opportunity for you to attend Gustavus. They have supported you, loved you, and believed in you throughout all your days here on the Hill. They are surely busting with pride over your many accomplishments and full of hope for your future. Graduates, hopefully by now you know approximately where your family is, but please take a moment following the ceremony to say a proper thanks to all of them, including your friends and family watching online. But right now, please turn to the audience and show your appreciation for them with a hearty round of applause. Graduates, please turn around again to the podium and remain standing to receive your charge, as you today will depart Gustavus to lead and serve in our world. As president of Gustavus Adolphus College, I charge you to remember always the responsibilities and opportunities that go with your new standing as alumni. Hold your degree with the care it deserves. Hold it with the dedication of service to others. Hold it with the sincere honor to yourself. Take up your life's calling, living out the Gustavus values of excellence, community, justice, service, and faith. Your story is now permanently a part of the Gustavus story, and you will forever be a part of the Gustavus family. Class of 2025, you may be seated. As president, I know that the true foundation of an institution of higher education is its faculty. Throughout our history, Gustavus Adolphus College has been blessed to have dedicated individuals who have distinguished careers of teaching and scholarship, and who have truly made a difference in the lives of hundreds and thousands of students. On behalf of the college, its board of trustees, and these graduates, I want all of us to recognize the contributions the faculty make to the lives of their students. Thank you for the ways you have been most instrumental in their education. Will the faculty who are here today please rise and receive our appreciation and acclamation? Today, we want to especially recognize a number of Gustavus faculty who are retiring at the end of this year. We give them special recognition on behalf of all Gustavus alumni and current students who understand the commitment that each of them has demonstrated to their students. I ask that the faculty members who have or are retiring, if they're here with us today, to please stand and remain standing so we can acknowledge you together for your years of service at Gustavus. Lonnie Hossman, Senior Continuing Assistant Professor in Business and Economics. Melissa Rolnick, Associate Professor of Theater and Dance. Bonnie Ryman, Associate Professor of Health and Exercise Science. Where's Barney? Margaret Block-Hazy, Professor of Biology. Mary Gabler, Associate Professor of Religion. Jeff Dahlside, Associate Professor of Biology and Chemistry and a 1990 Gustavus graduate. And Steve Mellema, Professor of Physics and a 1972 Gustavus graduate. A big thank you to these retiring faculty for your long years of service to Gustavus Adolphus College. On behalf of your students and colleagues, please accept our appreciation and gratitude. Thank you again. A college campus is fortunate to have many student leaders. Among those leaders, some students choose to take on significant positions of leadership. I would like to acknowledge and thank two such leaders. The role of Student Senate co-president is one of immense responsibility and time. As the elected representatives for the student body, Student Senate serves as the formal liaison between the students and faculty administration and the Board of Trustees. As president, I have the privilege of meeting with the Senate co-presidents on a regular basis, and it has been a great pleasure this year to work with Chance Corpola and Robbie Swenson. Chance and Robbie, please stand up. Chance and Robbie, thank you for your leadership as Student Senate co-presidents, and thank you to all the Student Senate members for their outstanding work on behalf of your fellow students. Before we turn to the Edgar Carlson Award presentation, I want to acknowledge all those on campus who have helped in preparing for Commencement 2025. From print services to facilities management, from dining service to the registrar's office, from the marketing and communication office to campus safety. So many departments on campus are involved in the planning of commencement. I extend our sincere thanks for your outstanding work. I would also like to thank the members of the Commencement Student Ensemble and singers for providing music today and express my deep appreciation to Gustavus Technology Services and Heroic Productions for their amazing help with the sound projection and the live stream for this year's commencement. And now I call upon Dr. Martin Lang, the 2023 Carlson Award winner, to introduce the 2025 recipient of the Carlson Award. Was it 2023? Thank you, Martin.
Thank you, President Bergman. I can barely contain my enthusiasm standing here about to introduce this year's winner of the Edgar M. Carlson Award for Distinguished Teaching. This award recognizes excellence and innovation in teaching and advising and is generally considered the highest honor bestowed to a faculty member at Gustavus. Those of you who have spent any time here on campus surely know that Gustavus bears no shortage of truly excellent teachers. They aren't always the people handing out syllabi or sending you feedback on your research paper at 2 a.m. Turn off those notifications, people, I'm telling you. Sometimes they're the people heading up your work shift in the bakery or walking you through the first draft of your resume. They might be the people who help you navigate the hassles of financial aid or the hassles of a wayward roommate. Sometimes it actually might be that roommate or a classmate or a peer mentor. Someone else is helping you navigate a sticky lab or a tricky phrase in a Latin assignment or a tricky phrase in a new piece that you're learning, for that matter. And sometimes that person is you, as you guide your classmates, your roommates, your shift supervisors, your profs to seeing something in a new way. So let's take a minute to recognize all the excellent teachers and all that they and you have done over the past 4 years. But I'm here to celebrate one particular teacher, this one a professor, who's left an indelible impression on hundreds of students over the years. Like all good teachers, this one knows their stuff, and the nominations they received bear this out. Many students, alumni, and colleagues who nominated this professor refer to their strong grasp of their field, as well as innovative approaches to teaching within it. This prof loves to bring others along for an intellectual adventure, and collaboration is a hallmark of their approach to their discipline and to their teaching. This might be facilitating close connections among students in a class project, or teaming up with a colleague to develop inventive new courses and curricula. Nominees also pointed to this prof's knack for keeping it real. One nominee wrote, quote, "We spend so much time learning the specific details and finicky techniques that it was often easy to forget the stuff we're learning is actually pretty cool." I'm incredibly thankful that this prof reminded us to step back and acknowledge that wonder. Good teachers also know their students, and this one is no exception. Across the nominations, current and former students praised this prof for being tuned into their experiences in ways that it made it easier for them to learn and learn deeply. According to one nomination, this professor, quote, "is one of those special profs who has struck a balance between maintaining high expectations while also supporting students from a place of grace and understanding." Another recounted a time when this professor supported them in developing their own sense of intellectual inquiry, quote, "patiently working with me until I understood not only what we were doing, but why, and encouraging me to pose my own questions." But perhaps most importantly, good teachers know what's really important. Several nominees remarked on the ways this prof acknowledged the wholeness of the students in their classrooms, striving to help them become experts in their discipline, but also to become fully realized people in their own right. It's common practice for students in this prof's classes, for example, to reflect on the connections between their coursework and their lives beyond the classroom. One nominee notes, "I appreciated how this professor incorporated moments of pause throughout the course where we would discuss things beyond the class content, such as our future vocations, values, and even feelings." After sharing some personal struggles in the invitational environment during one class period, one former student was impressed by how this professor took time to thank them afterward for being brave and for sharing their story for the benefit of others. Other students underscored the value of seeing the picture that this professor brought to the classroom, as this prof made space for them to think with intention about how their academic work might be connected to their passions and sense of purpose in life generally. One recounted an assignment that culminated in a personal creative project in which students wrote poetry, played guitar, sang, or made short videos as a means of linking the class content to their own experiences as students, scholars, and humans. But of the many diverse nominations that this prof received, none summed things up so succinctly, I think, as this one. Quote, "A professor with such passion who is willing to spend all his time and energy on his students is worth celebrating immensely." The Carlson Award Selection Committee couldn't agree more, which is why this year's winner is Professor of Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, Dr. Jeffrey Dahlside.
Thank you. The students in my last semester class will understand when I say this is a moment where I'm truly astonished. In many ways, being called on with complete surprise to share words, it's one of those moments where it feels a little bit like... I would like to thank my family for supporting me in this career, especially my wife, Tina. I would like to thank Chris Johnson and Sharon Parks-Delos for both supporting and challenging me to become the professor I hope to be. my colleagues in biology and chemistry, and especially those in biochemistry, Heather Haymick and Ginny Franson, and Brenda Kelly. Thank you.
These commencement exercises will conclude in a moment. Class of 2025, we are delighted to have had this opportunity to honor you today. The ceremony will conclude with a blessing, and after the blessing, Senior Joshua Newman and the Commencement Student Ensemble will lead the singing of the college's alma mater as the platform party and faculty recess. This will be followed by the Gusty Rouser, after which graduates are welcome to do the ceremonial throwing of the hats. All family and friends are invited then to join the faculty and all graduates for a reception in the Lund Center Forum, which is down the hall to my left. So would everyone now please stand as Pastor St. Dennis offers the blessing, and please remain standing for the singing of the college's alma mater.
Let us pray. Gracious God, as we come to the end of this Gustavus Adolphus College commencement ceremony, we are filled with deep gratitude. Tears of loss and pride, relief and happiness well up in our eyes. May we look kindly upon one another this day and celebrate with those who graduate, those who have assisted them, and those who share their joy. Let us be mindful that all of the things that we achieve are made possible because of the generosity, love, and support of many communities of people. Some who have come before us, others who have been here with us, and still more that we will encounter in the future. We pray that in the days ahead, these graduates will continue to be the gift you have fashioned them to be for our world. Honorable, just, merciful, and compassionate people. Amen.
Adolphus, stand firm in the fight. Plant proudly thy banner on victory's height. Thrice hail, alma mater, thy children are true. We love thee forever, our love we renew. We stand by the standard, our phalanx is strong. Thy battle, Gustavus, live long. Gustavus Adolphus,